Yeah, I get super I definitely get super inspired when I travel. I was in Singapore uh later last year, and I just got super motivated. And I also know this might sound weird, but the architecture was just like crazy. It just made me feel like I was luxurious. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, I think definitely traveling, because you know what I'm saying. Like, you know how like when you travel, especially when you traveling abroad, like out of the country, you just got like you just be seeing new stuff and feeling new stuff, and you be like, man, this made me want to go create something just dumb. You know what I'm saying? So for me, traveling. My first piece of equipment, I'm gonna say two, because one was real equipment, and the other one really. The first one, my mom bought me a karaoke machine when I was like 11, and boy, I made so many. I remember I made my first mixtape on that. It was like back in the cassette days. I had them put the paper in the joint, you ball it up, put it in that square, so I could record. Boy, I'm talking about I went to middle school. You ask any of my middle school friends back in the mo. I'm talking about I went to middle school and sold about 200 of them tapes, but like by number 200, that mother had so much air in it because I had just kept copying and kept copying and kept copying. And then my real, after I did that, I saved up that money to go to a pawn shop and I bought my first keyboard. It was a Kurzweil 2000. Trash, but at the time I thought I was Timberland.
Man, I think the first piece of equipment I ever got or bought was it was an MPC that I was hooking up to Reasons, and I was making beats with this guy named Trey Eight from New Orleans. So that was probably it was an MPC.
Yeah, 1000 or
I
2000.
think it was a 2000. You know what I'm saying? It was old school. But boy, when I got to going, could nobody tell me nothing. That MP, but yeah, it was MPC. And I used to hook it up to this program called Reasons.
Floppy disk. You don't know about that floppy disk, boy. You was a floppy disk with them
You
drums
gotta
on there?
pop it in there. Well, I'll start this one off. I feel like honestly, man, it was just we felt like, well, me personally, when he reached out, I was like, hey man, I think we should do this project. I really felt like that was dope because I feel like not enough producers work together. You know what I'm saying? And then it was just time for something different. Like I thought it was dope because it was something different. You know, so that's just my opinion.
Uh, to be honest, too, like when we first started working on this project, it wasn't necessarily like a project. Like me and X be working in the studio. We producers and writers at heart. So we just be producing and writing just we don't know what next artist. We be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? We just keep something locked and loaded. Like, yo, we just gonna get in, produce something, and put a hook on it. Just in case somebody, you know what I'm saying, whatever. And so I think we just always had a love for creating, and we had got in one time at his studio on the north, and we were just creating, and he had them pulled up this sample. It wasn't really even a sample. He was just like, we always in the studio, so we just always messing around, and he was like, "Hey, bro, I got this song, bro. I want you to hear it." I'm thinking it's about to be some, maybe some little trap, maybe a little R&B, maybe, what I'm saying. EXO definitely diversified, but what he pulled up, I definitely wasn't expecting. This boy pulled up a song called
I can't even remember.
man. It was like bum, dum, 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 bum, dum, dum, dum. I like,
Weird. Yeah.
yeah, but the song ain't really called. The original song is by Kid though. Uh, dang, I can't think of the name of the real. Yeah, it's crazy. I can't think of the name of the real song, but it was crazy. I was like, boy, what is you on today? Cause we always, hey, bro, what you on? That's the first thing. That boy say, hey, man, I got this song. I was like, that's what you on today. So I was like, shoot, let's mess with it. I say, let's mess with that. I didn't think he thought I was gonna be like, yeah, let's mess with that one. So that boy put it in the computer and he started putting in gross beat. He started chopping it up, whatever. And I played some keys on top of it. And then he started putting some drums, but the drums he put on it was like some street drums. So I was like, hey, bro. And he was like, nah, it's the wrong vibe. I was like, nah, bro, I think if we keep the Caribbean vibe and then add trap. That might be a whole. We might. I'm thinking, man, we might have said this to Rihanna, or you know what I'm saying, like, or like on some Caribbean. We wasn't thinking me and him about to do a project, so he put some street drums on it, and then I went back, added some little snares here and there. Then what really turned it up, I added in when I was telling you my favorite plug-in rev. I added these crazy little joints, and then this boy got the pulling up some program with them voices. You remember? It was like whoop whoop whoop, da 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 da. I don't even what plug-in is that?
I don't want to be telling people.
Hey, but he had a plug-in. It had all like African voices, like inspired ethnic type of joints. Yeah. But he's like whoop whoop. So if you listen to a song we got called "Feel the Fire" with Runtown, you will hear them voices I'm talking about in the back. And so we ended up taking a sample completely out because you know what I'm saying we wanted to be fully creative, but it was our inspiration. And yeah, man, we put the drums on there, and after we finished the song though, we ain't really think nothing of it. We were just like, we had did a hook on it. Actually, we didn't even do no song. We just did a hook because we always just be doing beats and hooks because we be selling them. So we just had did the beat and the hook, and we like, man, we don't know who this for, but this more crazy. And then afterwards, I just had kept jamming it so hard. I'm like, bro, X, we should really just do like a whole project like this. And he was like, what you mean? I'm like, bro, just like Afro beat, Caribbean style, and mix it in with like street drums and like, you know what I'm saying? And we just kept getting in, trying to perfect it, and we really just created something. We didn't even know what we was creating. Like X said, you gotta be open minded because we didn't even know what we was doing. We had never heard nothing like this. We heard the Drakes and the, you know what I'm saying, the one dances and the, everybody kind of doing the little Caribbean summertime vibe. But we had never heard it mixed with street. You know what I'm saying? And so that was the hard part. And so once we figured it out, we just kind of got on a roll and we just started going in. Man, Universal old, super old, like 2015. We that track done kind of been everywhere, honestly. Uh I had a whole nother beat on that track. And then when we started working on this Trap Tings project, originally originally we was in the studio with Kirko.
Yep.
We was
Kirko and Snooty.
we were in the studio with Kirko Bang, Snooty Wild. Actually, we first was in the studio with Kirko, and if you listen to the track, this was when EXO and Kirk was going crazy on tour. They had doing sold out shows, and and so I was just like, X, again, the beat was totally different. I was like, X, bro, you just gotta get on there and scream like on some just like worldwide, like how them DJs be doing. I can't do the voice, but he always do it. Cause I be hearing him in the club going crazy. So if you hear him on the track, he like worldwide, like you know what I'm saying, just like when one time, you know what I'm saying. And so I ain't really like the track had just been sitting. 2015, we started on that record, and it was for Kirko. Then me and X helped me, X and Kirko all wrote the hook together, and then we laid the hook, and then later I think we had got with Jay Jr., Jay Prince Jr., and Snooty was in the studio, and I had went over to they spot, and then I hit EXO like, hey bro, I'm in the lab with Snooty, and EXO already was super cool with Snooty, so I FaceTime him like, yeah bro, woo, woo. And then Snooty was like, man, let's get on it. So Snooty did a verse on him, but then Snooty ended up getting a situation. Later on down the line, it was like, dang man, we might not be able to put him on there because if we want to do a video, you know what I'm saying, he might not be able to be available. And then so I totally switched the music around, and then I sent it to X like, bro, I got a whole nother vibe for this mug, and it was more like way more Caribbean. At that point, DeMarco wasn't even on the song. So DeMarco, the Dunn, he like one of the biggest artists in Jamaica. He was he had came to Texas for South by Southwest, and he had hit me. We had been going back and forth on Instagram, like, man, bro, I can't, like, man, we should work. We should figure out a way to collab. And one day he hit me. You know, he from Jamaica, so he don't really know proximity. He like, yo, I'm in Texas, and he know I'm from Texas. I'm like, bro, you 2 hours away, 2 3 hours away. And he like, bro, I'll come down, bro, if you down to work. And at the time I was in L.A., but I was coming back the next day. And he was like, I'll be there for the next couple of days. I was like, bro, if you drive down, I'll fly back. So he was like, "Yeah, I come down. It's only 2 3 hours. I GPSed it." So he came down from Austin doing South by Southwest weekend. That was like 2016, and then he did a verse on it. This was after I hadn't switched it to like Caribbean vibe, and then I let EXO hear it again, and man, it just turned into a whole nother monster. We kept Kirko on it. EXO added a verse on it. I kept my bread. That was a real constructed. That joint was. It came out crazy, super stupid crazy.
I mean, I feel like this is something Chill always used to say. Like he probably couldn't put this out by himself. I probably couldn't put this out like by myself. You know what I'm saying? If I was to put this out by myself, it probably wouldn't get the full attention, the full respect. Cause it's like people already barely respect me as an artist because I've been DJing and producing for so long. You know what I'm saying? So it probably wouldn't have worked like that. But it's like that we came together and did it. We was able to do something creative, and people be like, "Dang, Chillin' EXO linked and did this Caribbeans, and man, that joint kind of crazy." You know what I'm saying? It actually get some looks and be respected. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of just my take on it.
Yeah, I think I'm in total agreement with EXO. I mean, as far as being an artist, I think at the end of the day, before even being an artist, I think both me and X is just creators first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? We come from behind the scenes to make other artists look good. So we come from producing, writing background, and we cool with being behind the scenes, getting our bread and stay out the way. You know what I'm saying? And so like I think that's always been our approach, even going into the studio, which is why it's fun because we ain't no pressure. It's just like we just going in, creating whatever happen. And I just think like it's so dope because it's like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's ever been an album out with two producers that are also artists. I can't think of none. Even like on a major level, you know what I'm saying? I don't think there's ever been two producers slash artists get together and do a project together. So we just thought that was monumental all within itself, especially being from Houston.
I
It,
can for sure say Texas, for sure.
yeah, for sure,
It might
Texas.
have been somebody might have slipped in the cracks
Yeah.
in the United States somewhere, but for sure Texas.
Yeah, for sure,
No doubt
Texas.
ever.
And so from that perspective, it was just like we both well respected as producers and writers. I'm a multi-platinum producer, Grammy nominated. EXO done worked on some major gold records, big street records. Amazing DJ, been across the world DJing and being an artist. He done had, you know what I'm saying, a big #1 record of his own. I had my own, so I just started putting out music just because I was like, I produce and write for everybody else. And I think it's probably the same way X. Like we produce and write for everybody else. Let's put something out, see what happened. You know what I'm saying? I specifically remember EXO, and he probably don't never even know this moment. I was in the studio, and I ain't even gonna say the label. It was a major label that came to Houston, and we were sitting down. It was me, X, Kirko, and some more people in the studio that I won't name. But the A&R flew down here to meet EXO, and EXO said out his mouth, "Dude, want to sign EXO." X like, man, I'm cool with playing whatever role y'all want me to play. I'm cool with being the DJ, the producer, whatever. I just want to make music. And that he probably I ain't never even told him that, but that in my mind, like, man, he just like me. Like we just want to help people and create dope stuff. And however it play out, it's cool. And so I think that was our approach with this album. It was just like, yo, we just gonna go in and just create some dope. And however the people vibe, we couldn't do it like because I do R&B music. You know what I'm saying? Like as an artist. EXO known for doing street melodic music. So like he said, if he would have put that out on his own, people kind of like, boy, what is you doing? And same thing, yeah, you know what I'm saying. With some Caribbean, same thing with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so I think because we did it together and made it like a cool, just an idea. It was more than just a project. It was like, yo, we created an idea of like this is a different type of genre of music and a different vibe, and we created something fresh. So for sure, writers. Me and EXO done wrote a lot of big records. Like, but a lot of people, at least in the general public, think that when you hear somebody produce and wrote a song or wrote a song, they think you just wrote the words on a piece of paper. No, we did full references and they just resung what we sung. Like we did the basically the original record, and they just came in and resung what we sung and put their own little touch on it. And so I think at least from a writer perspective, because I wrote a lot of big records, and people just think, oh, he wrote it. He just wrote some words down on a piece of paper, and then but Trey Songz or whoever this person is just went in and just went crazy. It's like, nah, he just, you know what I'm saying? He definitely saucy, but or she, you know, they just put their own flavor, and people don't understand. Like, if you don't got a dope producer to direct you in the right way, because it's a lot of artists, I'm sure you heard, like, they sound whack with one producer, and then they get with somebody else, be like, man, this sound like a whole nother art. Be jamming. That be producer, because you know what I'm saying, you guide them in the right direction and kind of give them a direction. But that's what I think. Producers and writers, I'm saying both, because we both producers and writers. We just don't make beats. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, so it's just not making beats.
nah, like I done heard EXO jam on some beats that ain't even his. I heard him get on some stuff with June James jamming stuff.
The composition, the composing, like everything.
Yeah,
You say producer, it's not just I'm
It's more
making
than a
beats.
beat.
it's more than just a beat.
Arranging song, I'm telling you how these
You know how to
notes.
make a hit.
Yeah, you know, what's that? I don't know who that song is, but that I never thought I'd find, and he hit that ooh, and the whole beat drop. He ain't, who was that?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Caesar, you're talking about
When that beat drop,
Oh yeah. I
that
can't
was
find it in my
that was a producer who did that, but that part right there make the whole that it's a feel, and that's the
He did nothing there.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
Like producers, like we're so important. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't even realize all that we do. We really do everything. You know what I'm saying? When you hear the futures and you hear everybody, you know what I'm saying? We the one that make them sound good, you know. But it seemed like from the outside looking in, it seemed like we just made the beat and just sent them a beat, or made the beat and went home or whatever. But a lot of times they have no guidance. You know what I'm saying? They just have the clothes and the jury and the money and the, you know what I'm saying? And people want to see them win. You know what I'm saying? But the talent really be the producers or the songwriters. You know.
this crucial, and I be telling artists this all the time. This the best way to explain it. A lot of people be like, "Man, I want a Snoop sounding beat." Nah, you want a Dre sounding beat. But Dre created a sound for Snoop to make him sound a certain way. You remember how when Aaliyah was out, she had them boom, crazy. Everybody was like, "Man, I want a Aaliyah sounding track."
Instead of saying,
I really want, man. You ever hear a beat and people be like, "Man, that sound like something Aaliyah get on." No, that sound like something Timberland will make. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the part that a lot of people. I mean, in the history goes on. I mean, you know, Stevie J to Biggie Smalls. Uh, man, there's so many big Red One to Lady Gaga. You know what I mean? Man, Mustard to YG. When you hear Trey, you be like, man, that's something YG will get on. No, that's something DJ Mustard will make. So a lot of people got this misconception, and it's not really even a misconception. It's just like they just see at surface. You know what I'm saying? And so producers deserve a lot of credit, because I ain't never heard a record go platinum without no music. I ain't never heard an acapella go nothing.
for real.
Ever.
I heard people just buy music though.
For sure. I heard some instrumentals. What's DJ Snake?
It's a lot of
Yeah, it's a lot of, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of
jazz albums that it went platinum with
Yeah.
no
no vocals.
This cat named Code Red that's really dope. You know what I'm saying? I really like him. He's creative and he has his own sound. Let me see if I can think of one more. Man, that's hard. That's hard. I don't want nobody to get mad at me. Uh, man, honestly, if I had to pick two producers to work with, it would probably be Cold and Chill. I mean it's a lot of beat makers, but I'm talking about people that I respect that I know can sit in that studio and will get behind that. If something wrong, he'll get behind that board and make it right. If something wrong with the beat, he'll go over here and change that beat. If he got to get in there and lay some vocals himself or show him how to do it, he can do it. It's not too many people that can do that. You know what I'm saying? So I look at myself and I see myself doing that. So when I come to the lab and I see somebody like Chill or somebody like Code, I just be like, it remind me of myself. Like I just be like, yeah, I can work with them. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's not really too many that I'm talking about a real full blown producer. I'm saying, there's a lot of beat makers that's jamming that I just make a beat with, but if we talking about producers, it's probably only like three, that I respect on that level.
Yeah, I mean, I will agree with X on that. And as far as producers that's coming up in Houston, I definitely have to say the homie Seven. Seven the producer. That boy
Seven dope.
that boy nasty. Like ultra nasty. Um he and the thing I like about him is he ain't trying to be like nobody else. He don't go with the trend. He just be going crazy. Uh Other producers, um definitely one of the other producers that I work with in the studio that I think is probably part of that 3 or 4 EXOs talking about is DJ Chose. Chose
Chose and stepped up, boy.
DJ Chose definitely know how to put together a record. He a real producer. You know what I'm saying? He ain't just making a beat. He ain't just tapping and boop boop booping. He gon' man, hey, let's add this. Let's woo like you know what I'm saying. He really know song structure. So definitely, I would say, yeah, those would be my
So
two.
let me say this. Let me say this. Okay, top three for sure. Chose seven. Mine chose seven, and my just dominant and rough that people don't know about, but he knows every single thing you could possibly know about what I use. Fruity Loops is Cold Red. That's my, and then my sixth man is B King. That listen, bruh, this nigga B King, bruh, that nigga hard, bro. I swear to God, bruh, this nigga don't know how to play not one goddamn instrument, but he be on that goddamn keyboard. Look, let me tell you one thing about B King. That nigga, when that nigga head start doing this, and he just be hitting them goddamn keys. I'd have been left, and he hitting them keys, and he find what he want to do, and then once he find this one little rhythm, boy, you got B King fucked up.
Yeah, I never worked with B King before, but I respect his music hard. Like he got
His
a
shit
vibe.
hard.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
he mix all his own music. He make all his own beats. He record his own self. You know what I'm saying? And B King, he know if some of the work. Even in other genres, I've heard B King. He know if something to hit and if it's not.
Yeah.
I want to talk about yeah, get this
Man, we
yeah, chill, chill.
Also, who does videos and shooting be out your wheelhouse at all.
yeah, I mean, we definitely think about. I think me and EXO both agree. Like, yo, we gonna put out the project and just see what song people gravitate to. You know what I mean? And then from there, because again, we wanted to put it out as a full project. We didn't want to like feed people singles because it was something so different. It was like let's put it out as a whole so they understand what we doing. Because I honestly feel like if we would have came out with a single and a video, boys would like, boy, if you don't get your coconut crack and
They
pineapple,
trying to go from
yeah,
off the lot or
yeah,
you know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Hello to
Yeah,
you
it
know what I'm saying?
yeah. So we do, you know what I'm saying? We getting a lot of good reaction and feedback from the project right now, and we definitely gonna push it and see what song gravitates, and definitely I think we definitely got to put something together.
Um, honestly, Universal. Universal. I mean that it's so colossal. It's so colossal, bro. Like I don't know. That might be the one. It's just too colossal. I mean, all the rest of them they all great records. You know what I'm saying? But that's the one that like I know for sure. If I had to play one song to let them to just wow somebody about our project real quick, I know if I play that, it's no denying it. Like it's undeniable.
Um, yeah. So right now I got a new store opening up in downtown on the east side, right by Minute Maid Park and Toyota Center. So we super excited, man. Yeah, it's going crazy, but it's dope. It's a premium streetwear and exclusive sneaker store. So you know what I'm saying. You want to come in and get the exclusives and the stuff that you can't find in the mall, and you want to come shop at a dope spot that's open when the mall closed. And it's a central location. You know, it ain't really too much for the culture, by the culture in the downtown area. So I think we, definitely bringing something different to downtown, especially now with world champs Astros and the Rockets hooping. We just got, what I'm saying, Carmelo. We got a boys got a squad this year, no lie. We might we might we might mess around. Um but yeah, outside of that, got a dope project coming out that I directed with Marvel Studios in October. So I can't really get too much info on that, but October 5th is gonna be legendary. We'll talk about it on another time. Yeah, but outside of that, man, just got some real estate stuff going. Got Wire Road Studios in the H. Um, got my company IO Agency. We doing a lot of dope things with a lot of dope brands. So yeah, man, just grinding.
Um, Let me see what I got going on. I got some new music about to drop. I got some new deals on the table. Um, I don't have a clothing store, you know, but I have a new house coming soon. I got a new house, new car coming soon. You know, um, I got a new project about to come too. That's coming soon. But new music, new single, all that's coming. Y'all look out for that. It's going down. Hip Hop Weekly. Get your Hip Hop Weekly. I need my 10% on that if y'all start using it.